So here is another example, and this example has fractions in it. So you say, what am I going to do with fractions? Well, we're going to do what we always do when we have fractions in an equation, and that is to multiply everything by the LCD. So I figured out my LCD was 12. I multiplied everything here by 12. So 12 times 1/3, that left me with 4x. 12 times 1/4, that left me with 3y. 12 times 7, 6, that left me with 14. Here I did 12 times 3/2, and that left me with 18x. 12 times -1/3, that left me with a -4. And 12 times 7/3, that left me with a 28. So I did that work actually off to the side where I multiplied them through and I found out what they were. But that was just multiplying everything in the equations by the least common denominator. So I now have two new equations to look at. And they still don't match up so that one of the variable eliminates easily. So I'm going to say, hey, which variable do I want to get rid of? Well, I notice that, hey, I still want to pick one to get rid of. There's nothing that I can multiply to 4 to get to 18. There's nothing that I can multiply 3 to get to 4. So I'm going to have to multiply both of my equations by something. I decided I want to get rid of my y's because there's a smaller number than 18, and if I can use something smaller, that always makes life easier for me. So I'm going to go for something that's smaller, and I think, hey, what number can I divide both of these into? And that's 12. So I decided to go ahead and change my y's into being 12. So to get this to be a 12y, I would have to multiply this equation by 4. So I multiplied all of equation 1 by 4. So I go 4 times 4x gives me 16x, and 4 times 3y gives me 12y, and 4 times 14 gives me 56. Now be careful. Sometimes students just multiply the little piece that they want to by this number, but you need to make sure you multiply the whole equation, and that is why I label my equations and I show that here, so that you know that you are multiplying the whole equation by that number. Well, now I've got 12 here, but now I needed to get this into 12. So to get that to be 12, I would need to multiply the 4 by 3. So I'm going to multiply all of equation 2 by the 3. So I go 3 times 18x gives me 54x, and 3 times -4y gives me a -12y, and 3 times 28 gives me 84. Well, now I have same variables here, same number, opposite signs, perfect, I can add them. And when I add them together, I get 70x. These variables eliminate, that was my goal, and 56 plus 84 gives me 140. Divide by 70, and I get x equals 2. Well, I'm still only halfway there. I need to find my y, so I choose an equation. Now, I decide I do not want to go back up and use one of my original equations that had a fraction. I instead am going to go to this equation right here, and I would use this equation. I could have chosen this one also, but this one has smaller numbers, so I'll choose that because it's easier. And I'm going to go back and substitute for x a 2. And then I solve that all out, and I get a y equals 2. So my solution to this system is 2, 2. So remember, when you have fractions, what you need to do is multiply by the least common denominator.